As seen in the TV series Breaking Bad and the spin-off prequel series Better Call Saul, Saul Goodman, also previously known as Jimmy McGill, is a lawyer and attorney in the city of Albuquerque, New Mexico. In the early episodes of the prequel, we see Jimmy in his younger years on his own scams to make fast money, such as tricking other people into trading cash for fake Rolexes or finding a slippery patch of ice, where he would stage a fall and earn himself a quick buck, and ended up gaining the nickname Slippin Jimmy, which we see creates the foundation for his approach to the law using his not so legal tactics. Plus, throughout the show we see the transformation from Jimmy McGill into Saul Goodman, and the range of sticky situation he ends up getting himself into, and ultimately having consequences for the character. So let's dive in and find out what life lessons we can learn from Saul Goodman. Imagine you were a young kid again, but you get taken down a bit of the wrong path. So you start running scams on some people just to make a quick buck, and before you know it, it's impacted your life significantly. You become known for those kind of actions. You may even get a name for yourself, such as Slippin Jimmy. It impacts you so much, one day you may be facing a serious consequence. And in the case of Saul/Jimmy, we see that he is in jail and he's facing some serious charges. But how did he get out of it? Well, due to his brother Chuck and his knowledge of the law, he managed to make those charges disappear. I'm not saying you should do something unlawful and just get a lawyer to save the day, not saying that at all. The lesson here is it's not what you know, it's who you know. Things are much more fun and simpler when we know people and we can help each other out. So getting out there and meeting other people is crucial, whether that's sending a simple connection request on LinkedIn or going to a networking event. Each thing we do adds to the possibility of more opportunities, people to meet, and so on. For example, in terms of Better Call Saul, after Chuck gets his brother Jimmy out of his situation, Jimmy ends up working in the mailroom of his brother's law firm, HHM, Hamlin, and McGill, and ends up meeting Kim Wexler, and they later on, as we see in the show Better Call Saul, get married, which is arguably due to the fact of Jimmy's brother helping him out years prior. Therefore, the lesson we can take away from here is to just make more of an effort to just meet people. We never know what the impact could be. As Samuel Beckett famously once said, trial again, fail better. And in terms of Better Call Saul, we see Jimmy/Saul face many obstacles, but he doesn't give up, he keeps going, he tries new things and doesn't let anything get in his way. For example, in season 3 he is banned from practicing law for a year. So instead of just giving up and not doing anything with his time, so he decides, well, I've got these TV slots that I need to use, I've paid for them, but he can't use them anymore because he's not practicing law. So he comes up with the idea to create a business out of that by creating adverts for other local businesses and selling those ad slots to them. He doesn't just give up, he has this entrepreneurial drive inside and doesn't let any failures stop him from trying again. For example, this applies well to trying new things in business. According to the data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, approximately 20% of small businesses fail within the first year. And this really shows the importance of trying something, and if it doesn't work, trying something else again and again and again. Also, he doesn't overthink and he acts quickly. Doesn't let that overthinking part of the brain and question his idea, he just goes for it, trials stuff. If there's errors, and he just repeats and tries something new or changes an approach. And that really shows the importance of failing and how that teaches us those lessons. We see in the universe of Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul lots of different variations of his TV adverts. In Better Call Saul we see some of his original ones, and in Breaking Bad we see his famous one as the lawyer Saul Goodman. But the point here is that many of his TV commercials, such as when he was even still practicing the law under his real name Jimmy McGill, or when he was selling these TV adverts and using adverts to then sell the other advert slots, or his most famous one as a lawyer Saul Goodman, his film crew were college students. He knew they were cheaper to employ, thus he was saving him money. He was living frugally, and this even really applies to his yellow car that we see in Better Call Saul. Up until season 5 of Better Call Saul, we see him that he has this yellow car with half of it's a different color, or one door is a different color, and this really shows being patient and being frugal. So he doesn't get a car which is higher up until he can actually afford it, and we see this in Breaking Bad with his white Cadillac. Branding, innovation. This is something we see everywhere. We see marketing everywhere, on billboards, more and more for like the last 10 plus years on social media. The point here is you want things that are easy to remember, and this is something that comes from the name that he decides to use as his brand, which is Saul Goodman. It's a play on the words, it's all good, man. And this is a very clever use of branding and a clever use of marketing. It's something that's easy to remember. This is the power of innovation, finding a gap in the market. We even saw this a bit earlier on in Better Call Saul, where he niched down in elder law and he came up with this massive case which was there was like multiple law firms getting involved, and there was lots of people involved and so many things going on. And once he came under the name of Saul Goodman, he like niched down into something that other people weren't doing. Bearing in mind, it was his market kind of changed to people that were up to not so good activities. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I hope you really did enjoy it. It's a different kind of video for me that I've made. I've not really made one like this before. So yeah, please let me know what you think about it in the comments. All those algorithm friendly stuff. Smash the like button, hit subscribe. I've really enjoyed watching the show Better Call Saul. Very interesting story. Lots of things happening. They're on their final season now, on season 6. They just finished releasing the first half and they've been doing one a week. And yeah, the rest of it comes out in July and last episode around August time. Good show, and it was interesting to think about what happens in the show and how can we apply it to everyday life. So thanks a lot for watching. Hope you did enjoy it, and I will see you in the next one.